2019, the year which changed humanity forever. The COVID-19 outbreak changed the humans in general operate. The need for survival led to many creative solutions which were being explored and implemented to adapt and overcome the adversities of the ongoing pandemic. Owing to this spirit of creative adaptation, the state of Sikkim saw the birth of Any Origins, an e-commerce platform that would help alleviate the grievances of local independent manufacturers from across the Northeast who relied solely on physical shops and trade fairs. Mr. Rewaj Chettri, co-founder of Any Origins, talks about the pandemic being the main source of inspiration behind the birth of the platform. Mr. Chettri further explains the potential of his platform, providing a digital market space and viable logistic for manufacturers to meet customers around the country, having the products delivered right to their doorstep from across any part of the Northeast.
I was in a travel business for last 8 years, and last year, like during the first wave, pandemic hit the entire travel industry very hard in Northeast. And I had a huge team because I was like scaling the entire business up, and at the same time there were one more problem that was going on like in my friend circle, because a lot of my friends make products or manufacture products from Northeast. So like while I was speaking to them, I realized that a lot of these sellers had lost their existing market, which was physical events, physical shop, trade fairs, which happens across the country. So for them to shift to a digital platform, so that is the initial idea of how Any Origins came into place. So this is not the first time I started e-commerce. I started one e-commerce back in 2015 when I was in college. But that time there was a very big challenge of logistics in the entire Northeast. Logistics was one big challenge which was there initially, but right now I think anything from the cornermost part of the Northeast can be delivered across the country. So that is what we are doing today. Today I'm in Sikkim. I order a lot of pickles from Nagaland, and it's delivered to my doorstep. And there are a lot of people from across the Northeast selling different kind of products. So the ease is that the entire logistics is handled by us. So it's the only thing what sellers needs to do is focus on their product and make their product as good as possible. Rest of the things is handled by us, from logistics to marketing to everything. And like in a very simple term, like how I would say is, suppose if you're in college somewhere in Bangalore, right, and you want to have a Dully chili pickle, so you don't have to go to your parents and ask them to pack and send. Instead, just order from us, and like we'll deliver it to your doorstep like in just few days. I think one of the very most important thing about entrepreneurship is also empowering people and adding value to the existing world. So today a lot of sellers are dependent on what we do. There are a lot of people working for us, but we have around 200 sellers across the region, and like in terms of number of sellers, we are the largest today. So I think it's a responsibility we carry. So any venture or any venture which carries that responsibility, or any person who leads that venture, I think because of that reason I call myself an entrepreneur. So today you might have heard about Sikkim Supreme, right? You might have heard about Temiti, but there are a lot of small brands across Sikkim. Like you might have known Gantok, right? But there are places, remote places, selling pickles from their home, and that market never existed before Any Origins for entire Northeast. So I think we are bringing that ease to people. Where like we are hand holding them, we are bringing that ease which wasn't there earlier. So Any Origins is a private limited company. I have a partner like who has a finance background for last 14 years. Even I'm learning from a lot from him. So how we see Any Origins is that tomorrow when a person has to do business from Northeast, Any Origins will be a go-to platform. And a person staying in Delhi, Bangalore, or across the country, and like maybe in future we'll be doing across the world. Imagine there is, for example, there is a Nepali-speaking population across the globe, right? And a lot of products that is made in Sikkim can have a global audience.
As an entrepreneur, Mr. Rewaj believes that Any Origins was an organic byproduct for the need of viable alternatives that arose due to the pandemic, and that it was a much needed solution which greatly added value to the Northeast communities in terms of highlighting small scale independent manufacturers gain recognition and business on a national scale.